Alright guys, making vegan blue cheese is easy. Only takes 5 ingredients. It's time consuming, but it's easy. But the most important ingredient is this mold called the Penicillium roqueforte. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. I don't care. Anyway, I'm gonna make some. It evidently grows really good on vegan sourdough bread, which is resistant to other types of mold. But to grow this mold, you actually need some mold. So here I've got some vegan blue cheese mold off of a blue cheese I made from a starter. Yes, you can buy this starter, but it's not always guaranteed to be vegan, and it's not always really easy to get. So I got some, and I made some, and I'm using it, and watch what happens in 2 days. Watch this. Watch. Boom. 2 days. Look at this mold. Isn't it beautiful? It's right. It's perfect. It's blue. It's the right kind. I'm sure of it. So anyway, you would normally just leave this bread sit out for a couple days to get dried out, but I ain't got time for all that. I'm in a hurry. So I stuck it in the dehydrator for a couple of hours, and now I have some hard bread, and that can just go in a container and last for like ever now, right? Okay, so here's the first real step. We're gonna boil a cup of water. Anybody can do this, guys. I know you can do it. Boil a cup of water and let it sit, cool down, okay? And now we're not even gonna use the whole cup. We're only gonna use 1/3 of a cup of water. So I've got 1/3 of a cup of boiled, cooled down water here. Here it is. And I'm gonna put it in this little glass bowl. Watch. Yeah, you can handle it. Come on, you guys can make cheese. Now, this is the first time I've ever used my own mold to make blue cheese, and I didn't know how much of this bread to use. Like, less than this, more than this, the whole thing? Let's use this much. So I used that much, put it in there, and stuck it in the fridge overnight. Okay, watch. It's been overnight, and here we go. I'm shaking it up. I don't know why. This was my own plan here. Shake it up. And you can see the water's kind of bluish, cloudy, looks blue. And we're just gonna strain it. Just gonna strain the bread pieces out of it. Now this is the liquid that's gonna go in the cashews to make the blue cheese. Yep, thumbs up guys, looks good. All right, here we go. 3 cups of soaked raw cashews. Now I'm gonna drain them. They're drained, they're in the Vitamix. Adding in 3 tablespoons refined coconut oil. So there's 2 ingredients in there. Cashews, coconut oil, blend it up. I'm gonna blend it up before I add in the probiotics because I don't wanna kill the probiotics with the heat of the blender. So here, this is the kind I used. It's got 1 million, billion, 40 billion strains of good shit, right? And I took it out of the capsules. Who wants to eat those? Not me, so I took them out, put the powder in there, added in that 1/3 cup of the Penicillium roqueforte water, except for I forgot to film that. And now we gotta cover this with cling film and let it sit for a day, but I let it sit for 2 days because it's freaking freezing here in the Midwest right now, right? So here it is, it sat for 2 days. Doesn't look any different. Now it's going in the fridge to firm up for just a couple hours. Okay, so this is in the fridge, and now I'm getting the little molds. These are my little cheese molds. They're actually just little springform pans. They're like 4.5-inch springform pans or something like that. Now they're sitting on a piece of parchment paper on a baking sheet, and I've got them covered in cling film, plastic wrap, saran wrap, whatever you guys want to call it. You could have used parchment paper, but that seemed like that would be harder, so I used cling film. And because you're not supposed to let the cheese touch the metal for some reason. So if they say don't, I'm not gonna do it. So here we go. This cheese has been sitting in the fridge for a couple hours, so it's evidently easier to work with. I don't know what its problem was before, but now it's being very cooperative. So I'm sticking it in these pans, and I should have trimmed this. And oh, we're gonna go faster now. Here we go. Put the cheese in the pan. Put the cheese in the pan. How much does it fill? It fills it up to the top, and that was perfect. That was a perfect amount. Filled these 2 little cheese thingies up, and now we're supposed to cover it with a box. A plastic box, and well, this is a Ziploc and it's plastic, and no, it's not a box, it's a rectangular box. Is that even possible, a rectangular box? I'm not sure, but into the refrigerator it goes for 2 days, and it's been 2 days. I'm taking it out. Voila, it's been 2 days. So now we are supposed to salt the cheese. This is where the 5th ingredient comes from. Yes, the ingredient is salt. So I'm going to use kosher salt here, and we are going to sprinkle it on the top of the cheese. So here we are sprinkling kosher salt on top of the cheese, and then we're supposed to pat it or rub it in there and use impeccably clean hands always, guys, when you're doing this. And here I go, pat, 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 pat your cheese, pat, pat, pat your cheese. Okay. And then we got to get this flipped over. So this is my flipping method. I use a little piece of parchment paper and a flip. And then we're going to get all out of the thing. We're going to take the sides off. Voila. Take the top off. Come on, Carrie. Hurry up here. You ain't got time for this. Just pull it off. Pull it. Get rid of that saran wrap. It's not a baby. God, it's just cheese, for God's sakes. Okay, so anyway, now we're sprinkling salt on the bottom of the cheese, which is now the top, but it's now the top because the bottom, you know what I mean. Sprinkle the sides, and now put it back in the refrigerator. Cover it with your plastic rectangle, put it back in the fridge, and now we're going to flip it daily or every other day. Maybe I didn't always do it daily. Here's my flip method. Piece of parchment paper over the top, la la la. Then we use the other little piece to help, and flip. And remove the parchment. Okay, we're going to keep doing this until we see some blue growing on our cheese, at which point we get really excited. Are you ready for this? Because get ready to be excited, okay? Okay, we're flipping the cheese. Yes, we're going to put it back in the fridge with the box or the rectangle or whatever. Look, do you see it? Look, and it's the shape of Illinois. I swear it is. It's Illinois shaped. That was after a couple of days. And this is a few more days. Look, isn't it beautiful? Look at this blue, beautiful mold. Yes, it's beautiful. This one isn't growing as much as fast, but I got blue mold. Yes, we do. And this is where something goes wrong. Okay, so what I should have done here is waited until it was completely covered with blue before I made this next step, because this is the next step. The next step is scrambling your cheese. And the point of this is because the blue mold right now is just on the outside, and you need to get blue mold on the inside of your cheese as well. And it needs air to do that, evidently. So by scrambling the cheese up and putting it back in the springform pan, now there's going to be some air inside with blue mold, and it should continue to grow blue mold on the inside of the cheese as well as the outside of the cheese. But that didn't happen. So I got this back in here, back in the molds, just to make the shape, and then we flip it back out. And after a couple of weeks of flipping, it should be completely blue. But look at how blue it is now, guys. This is after scrambling. And now look, this is going to be 3 weeks later. Hold on, not right now. This is still now. Not now. Oh, darn it. Hold on. Okay. Look, it's been 3 weeks, and look, no more blue mold. And I got tired of waiting. It tastes delicious, and I don't care. So we're just going to use it. It's like a spreadable blue cheese, you guys. It's just, I'll be back. Here's some blue cheese pouring for you. I'm back, and I cannot stress enough as to how much this tastes exactly like blue cheese. It's got to be something to do with the mold. And I know, oh, she's just saying it looks like blue cheese and she thinks it tastes like blue cheese. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this tastes exactly like blue cheese. Although it's creamy, it's not crumbly. I've got to work on the crumbly part, okay? But it's not like, you know, people say like, okay, if you mix nutritional yeast and oats together, you can make this cheddar cheese sauce. And yes, you can make something that resembles cheddar cheese sauce and tastes really good, but it doesn't taste exactly like cheddar cheese sauce. It doesn't, okay? But this tastes like blue cheese. And I know it's time consuming. That's why I've got another batch going, right? You've got one batch done, you got one batch in the middle, and you got another batch going. Yes, it's that good. I'm going to keep up on the blue cheese making. Make it, give it away to your friends. Give it away now. Yeah, whatever. Sorry about that. Anyway, This is well worth making. It tastes amazing. I want to show you the website. I didn't make this shit up. I couldn't make this. I didn't even know. I didn't know it was a thing. You can't buy this in stores. Where is this in the store? Why isn't Miyoko making this? I don't understand. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm going to show you the website where this came from. So here it is. This is the website, fullofplants.com, and this is the guy. This is Thomas. This is my new best friend. I love him. Look at his cheese. Boy, that's what mine was supposed to look like this time. I don't know what happened after the scrambling. I killed it, but he's got the full recipe, step-by-step instructions. I can do it. You can do it. Look at that cheese. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's fullofplants.com. Yeah, give Thomas some love.